Welcome to the Explainer. You know, if you're learning English, or honestly, even if you've been speaking it for years, there's this one nagging little grammar headache that just kind of trips up the best of us. Well, today we are going to completely solve it. We're unpacking, decoding, and mastering the difference between object pronouns and possessive adjectives. And by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a foolproof visual hack so you literally never make this mistake again. Let's dive in.
So, be honest with me for a second. Does English confuse you sometimes? Especially those tiny 2- or 3-letter words? Trying to translate those in your head on the fly can honestly make you freeze up mid-sentence. Look, you're absolutely not alone here. The English language loves to play tricks. We've got words that look identical, sound identical, but do entirely different jobs. And mixing them up, well, the results can range from slightly confusing to wonderfully embarrassing.
Picture this. You're walking in the park, right? You meet someone new, and they have the most adorable golden retriever. You want to compliment the pet, but thanks to one little misunderstood word, instead of saying, "I love her dog," you accidentally drop the noun, look this complete stranger deep in the eyes and say, "I love her." Yeah, you just skipped the small talk and confessed your undying romantic love to a total stranger instead of petting their dog. That's exactly why these tiny words are so absolutely crucial. They literally dictate the reality of your sentence.
Section 1. The Grade English Dilemma. It's time to unmask our suspects.
Section 2. The action receivers. Enter the object pronouns.
Okay, think of sentences kind of like a movie set. You've got the actors doing all the crazy stunts, and then you have the people just sitting in chairs, taking it all in. Object pronouns are those passive participants. They receive the action of the verb. They don't actually do any of the heavy lifting. They never run, they don't jump, they don't think. They just sit right there at the end of the action and take it.
Let's map this out real quick. We have our normal subjects, the actors, like I, you, he, she, we, they. But when these guys move to the receiving end of an action, they transform into object pronouns. So I becomes me, he becomes him, she transforms into her, we becomes us, and they becomes them. Oh, and notice how you and it just stay exactly the same? Yeah, English is actually giving us a rare break here, so lock that in. Now, the absolutely golden rule here is that object pronouns always hide right after a verb or a preposition. That's their designated parking spot. Look at these. I see him. The verb is see, and him is just receiving that sight. She likes me. They call us. Or right after a preposition, like listen to her. The action is happening to them. So if you spot an action, just look immediately to the right, and boom, you'll find your object pronoun. Section 3. The owners of things. Let's talk about possessive adjectives. Now, unlike our passive receivers, this group brings a completely different energy. Possessive adjectives are words used to say whose thing it is, and they are always placed immediately before a noun. Think of them as the owners, or actually, kind of like bodyguards. They absolutely refuse to travel alone. Without exception, they have to travel alongside a noun to claim it as their own. It's like slapping a giant label on a box that says, "Hey, this is mine." So, mapping these out. I becomes my, you is your, he is his, we becomes our, and they turns into their. But wait, I need you to lean in and pay incredibly close attention to this next one. She becomes her. Does that sound familiar? It definitely should. We literally just met her as an object pronoun, and now here it is making a super sneaky, completely identical appearance as a possessive adjective. This right here is the exact trap that causes the whole "I love her dog" versus "I love her" disaster. But before we disarm that trap, let's see how these bodyguards behave in the wild. Notice how they naturally sit right in front of the nouns they own. This is my book. My claims the book. That is her car. Her claims the car. Our teacher is nice. See how they're just glued to the noun? They will never, ever sit by themselves at the end of a sentence. Section 4. The ultimate visual trick. Let's get into the foolproof hack. All right, we've met the suspects. Now, here is the ultimate hack so you never mix these up again. An object pronoun operates as a solo act. It replaces the object completely. When you say "I love her," her is the whole package. It stands totally alone. The possessive adjective, on the other hand, is the companion. It always accompanies something else. I love her dog. Because it's an adjective, it desperately needs a noun to modify. So remember, solo act versus companion. Let's do a deep dive into that trickiest word, her. In the phrase, "I see her," you're doing the seeing and she's receiving it. Boom, solo act. But in "I see her brother," you aren't seeing her at all, right? You're seeing the brother. The word her just completely shapeshifted. It's no longer receiving an action. It's basically just a name tag telling us whose brother it is. Just adding the word brother completely changed the grammatical universe of that sentence.
So here is your brilliantly simple two-step checklist. Next time you're speaking or writing, run this quick test in your head. Step 1. Look at the blank space. Is there a noun immediately after it? If yes, you absolutely must use a possessive adjective. My book. Her house. Step 2. Is there no noun after the blank? Is it just the end of the thought? If yes, grab your object pronoun. I see her. Call him. Help us. Noun, possessive. No noun, object. It is literally that elegantly simple.
Section 5. Put your mind to the test. Time for a mini practice.
Let's put this brand new superpower to work. We're going to do a rapid-fire sequence to really lock this into your brain forever. Here are your first 2 scenarios. Number 1, the subject is I. She loves blank. Number 2, the subject is they. This is blank house. Use the trick. Look at what comes right after the blank. I'll give you just a beat to lock in your guess.
Okay, got it?
Let's see how you did. The answers are me and there. For number 1, she loves me. There is no noun after the blank, so we need that solo act, the object pronoun. For number 2, this is their house. We've got the noun house sitting right after the blank, meaning we need our bodyguard, the possessive adjective. If you nailed those, huge congratulations. You are applying the visual trick perfectly.
All right, keeping that gamified energy up, here are your final 2 practice scenarios. Number 3, using he. Give blank the ball. And number 4, using she. We like blank car. Run the rule. Does it receive the action, or is it owning a noun right next to it?
And the answers are him and her. Give him the ball. He's on the receiving end of the giving. And for number 4, we like her car. We see the noun car sitting right there, so it absolutely demands a possessive adjective. Look at how effortlessly you just tackled that tricky word her at the very end there. You didn't even have to guess, because you just looked for the noun.
You know, you have officially leveled up your English fluency today by mastering something that completely stumps thousands of learners every single day. The difference between confessing your love to a person versus a dog really just comes down to knowing if you're replacing an object or accompanying a noun. But I want to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. If just one tiny word, like her, can completely alter the reality of your sentence, what other tiny invisible English words are completely changing the meaning of your sentences right now without you even realizing it? Keep looking for those structures, keep using these visual cues, and you'll catch them all. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.